2, 1. All right, we're live. GMGAG, everybody. Welcome to what's going to be another great DevNTell. So if you didn't know, DevNTell is a 30-minute window for builders to showcase something they're passionate about or have been working in Web3. This could be an awesome project you've been working on, demonstrating unit testing best practices, automation goodies, smart contracts, how to structure a project, etc. Basically, if you've got a passion for something, this is your opportunity to share it with the community. And today I am ecstatic to have Jonathon from Mirror World here to give us a demo of the Mirror World SDK. Jonathon, maybe you want to start with a brief introduction about yourself?
Yeah, thank you very much, Nerv. My name is Jonathon, and I'd like to thank you all for giving me the opportunity to be here. It's been a very interesting journey, and I've been with Developer DAO for I think since the time we launched. So I'm very excited to share what I've been working on for the last couple of months. That being said, I'm the CTO at Mirror World, and at Mirror World we're building a cross-platform Web3 APIs and SDKs for building mobile and web dApps. So very excited to showcase what we can do. And yeah, thank you very much.
Pleasure. And did you start with Mirror World since their launch, or have you just recently joined?
Yeah, I actually started since we launched. We started, I think we launched probably 30th of September. That
Oh,
was in
okay.
2021. Yeah, so we just made like a year and a few months.
Gotcha. I believe that's around the same time Developer DAO started, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, it was Developer DAO that got me into like I think it was just before we started Developer DAO. That's kind of what got me into Web3. I did the tutorial, the famous Ethereum tutorial done by Nader.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yes.
was the
Yeah.
first thing I did.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really got deep into Web3 after joining Developer DAO. I was doing a lot of things beforehand on my own, but things really accelerated once you basically started hanging out with friends and building together. So that's excellent to hear.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been really cool. I occasionally would drop into like I don't know if it's still active. There used to be there's like a channel where we would like just share, and just people would hop into chat, and I used to join that a
Oh, yeah.
lot.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Those are
yeah,
the good old days. Yep.
yeah.
Yep. And yeah, so did you want to give like a brief overview of what you'll be going over today?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I will go ahead and do so. Let me see if I can just share my screen. Just let me know if you can see it. Um, how do I? I just need to make sure that I can share screen. Okay. Hmm. All right. I can't seem to see the screen that I want to share, but I'll just pick this one. And oh no, I think it's sharing my tab. I'll just give me 1 second. Let me fix
Sure.
that. Yeah. Awesome. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. All right, so today I'm just going to be sharing with us about the Mirror World Smart SDK. The purpose of the Smart SDK is to accelerate Web3 development for mobile and web. And the slides for this presentation are linked at mirrorworld.fund/developer developer underscore DAO. There's going to be a bunch of resources on that page. And if you have any questions after this presentation and demo, you can feel free to ask me or comment in the doc. I'll be able to answer them. A bit about myself. My name is Jonathon Bakebwa. Originally, I'm from Uganda. I live in China. I've been here for 7 years. I speak Chinese, and currently I'm the CTO at Mirror World and a computer science major as well. I finished my computer science degree last year, and also maintain OSS. I'm very much into the Chakra UI, Vue.js, Next community, and I also am very passionate about design systems, accessibility, state machines, and also system design. Passionate about Web3, specifically Solana. A lot about Solana. I love Solana. I also am very familiar with the EVM and SUI. So I'm going to be sharing a bit more about that today. Yeah, about Mirror World. Mirror World was founded in September 2021. We started as a gaming, company, and we we realized we had built a lot of, we encountered a lot of problems while building games for Web3, and we built a lot of in-house solutions that we then repurposed to serve more developers, because more people wanted to use these tools, and so that's what inspired our SDK as a solution. And what it provides in a nutshell: one, we have client-side SDKs for interacting with the blockchain. We have multi-chain Web3 APIs. So even if you don't consume the SDK directly, you can directly interface with the API. These are easy to consume both on mobile and web. And so since we built a lot of games and dApps, I wanted to kind of give a background as to why we built this and what our vision is for the future. We realized building games is very expensive and very complex, both for the developer and also for the user on Web3. It's not because we are currently shifting as an industry into trying to make this simple, and I believe this is a step in that direction. The reason why it's expensive is because the user experience can easily defer a lot of users, especially if they're new to Web3. And so the user experience to us became a higher priority for us, rather than the degree of decentralization. As much as it is a factor, and we do follow decentralized model, we ensure that we want to make sure that the user experience is good. Otherwise, if you don't have a good product, no one is going to use it. So for developers, the challenges that we realize that they have: one is, if you're new into Web3, you're going to have to learn about wallets. You're going to need to learn about seed phrases and managing them. You're going to need to learn about signing of transactions, account serialization and deserialization, and querying the state on the blockchain. There are a lot of tools out there that you can learn to figure out how to do this, but that means for each new tool that you're learning, you're increasing the amount of cognitive load that you are amounting to be able to get something done. For the end user as well, they also have to download wallets and extensions, and they also have to learn about the security concepts. We're constantly hearing about different projects getting rug pulled because of phishing sites as well. So they now have to be careful every time they see a pop-up, and that kind of affects the user experience in the long run. And on mobile, you have to leave your dApp, leave your game to go sign a transaction, then come back, which also is a very less than stellar user experience. So this is why we built Mirror World SDK, to alleviate the problems associated with this kind of process. So you can do more with writing less code. And the idea is that you can integrate with our SDK and on multiple chains if you need to, or different chains, so to speak. And we started with Solana as our first chain because we chose that because of the high transaction speeds, and also the low gas fees, which are particularly beneficial to users, especially in the gaming industry. The stack is distributed across 4 verticals: authentication, and so we provide wallets as well, a non-custodial wallet that has an interface that provides that supports identity providers that your users are familiar with. So your users can authenticate with Google, with Apple, Twitter, Discord, or even email and password. This is something that's familiar to them, so they can actually use this to create a wallet for their app, and just by clicking one click, they have an account, and it's a wallet they can use to sign transactions. The marketplace stack as well provides APIs to create collections, create your own marketplace instances, deploy your own storefront in front of the marketplace, and maybe we'll be able to do that today as well. And you can also transact with these marketplaces, and you can set up your own royalty fees. You can get real-time updates. We have services for that. And then on the wallet stack, you can query a user's tokens. You get the user's transaction history. You can also swap tokens. We have an on-ramp as well. So if users don't have crypto, how do they don't need to leave your game to be able to buy tokens. So we've built that into our wallet, as well as different storage services for metadata for your NFTs. We just recently launched for all the client-side SDKs for Android, JavaScript, for Unity, Swift, and Rust. So if you're consuming on these different platforms, you're welcome to start using the SDK. I also recorded a small video of one of the games that is using our SDK called Mirror Jump. This is the login experience. And just by clicking, it's one click and your users can log in, and it's very nice and smooth. For the on-ramp, this is what it looks like inside the wallet. You can select the token they want to buy, if it's USDC, and we're also adding new features within the next quarter to be able to customize this layout. So for example, if you want to control what tokens the user sees in their wallet, you'll be able to do so inside the Mirror World wallet using SDK. And we can also transfer tokens as well. The user experience is also very simple. The approval process is something that we also boiled down to make it easy for users. We also provided a storefront, a marketplace API as well. So you can see this is a storefront, and using the storefront, they can interact with the different NFT collections. We also provide powerful metadata APIs, so you can actually build something like this. If you want to actually completely change this UI, you can do that using our SDK. And here's a demo that I built a couple of months ago, and I was just fooling around with this, working on my phone just to see does it actually work, and it was really amazing because it actually worked, and I was out there, I minted an NFT on the go, literally. Just I was taking a COVID test actually when I was doing this, so that was really cool. And you can see at the end here, this is an NFT, and actually it's actually a verified NFT. If you're in Solana, some of you might be familiar with with the concept of having NFTs that come from a verified collection, and having a verified NFT is something that we've made very easy to do. If you try to do it by hand, it's actually quite complex. So currently, our chain support is live on Solana, as well as we're now currently working on Ethereum, and we plan to launch it within the next couple of months, within Q1. So by end of March, we should be having a stable Ethereum infrastructure as well, and we'll scale it across Polygon, BNB as well, any EVM compatible chain, and then we'll be supporting other alternative layer ones like Aptos and Sui after that. So to get started is very simple. You just need a developer account, create a project, copy API key, install SDK, and you're good to go. So hopefully we can see what that looks like. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get cracking at it. So a couple of months, I think it's maybe a month ago. So I did cheat a little bit and build an NFT explorer on Solana. So the purpose of the app would be able to query, just put in like a mint address and then get some user information from the user, or from the NFT, right? So you can get any transaction history from this NFT. You can also do a couple of things with it. Maybe if we have enough time, I'll probably also create a marketplace with it and actually try to list it and buy it off the marketplace. If you guys want to see that, that'll be actually quite interesting. Let's see if we can do it. This is supposed to be easy, so we'll do it. All right, cool. So first thing I'm going to do is try to find the template, NFT Explorer. All the links that I have here are actually in the slide document, so you can you can just go to mirrorworld.fund/developer-DAO, and that will spin up a new. It will open up the Notion page with the links, and so this is the front end for it. This is what it looks like. So the idea is we want to put like an NFT mint address in here, and that should then display my wallet address, and that should then display the NFT, so to speak, the list of NFTs inside my wallet. So first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is create my developer account. I already have one. So to do that, you just need to go to app.mirrorworld.fun. Just going to open the page here so you can see what that looks like. And sign in with Google. I'll sign in with my account, and then I'm going to create a new project, generate an API key, and we can actually mint a collection today. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Let's create a new project. Let's call this Developer DAO. And we will. So a couple of things here. So there's a couple of things when you log onto the page. Here you can see you have your wallet balances. So you can see I have about $2 and $20, so I'm pretty rich. And there's our API key. And you also have links to the different tutorials as well as your project information. And down here, you can see we have a couple of demo requests that you can make. So if I run this will actually query my wallet information, the user's information after they've logged in. And I can also fetch this NFT. For example, this is a fetch NFT request, and that returns information about this NFT. You can actually copy this request and put it inside, like, item, for example, and run it, and this will return. So if you're building like a backend application, this actually works as well. So you can fetch information about any NFT on Solana. We can actually try that if we went to, say, like Magic Eden, and let's see if I can find magiceden.io, find like any NFT on Solana. It's trying to log me in, but I don't think I want to log in. All right, let's filter. Oh, okay. Can I just? Is there any way to filter this? Oh, yeah, I think I can just do that. And maybe I could. Okay, this one here. Let's say this Tayo. I don't know this NFT collection. It's called Tayo Pilots, and I'm just gonna click on this NFT, and it has some information. I'm gonna try to open it up and take its mint address. So this is the mint address of the NFT. I just copied that, and I'm going to just go ahead and replace that in the call request just to show you how it works. All right, there it is. The mint address on Solana, if you're new to Solana, is like the token ID for Ethereum. Is what makes it unique. So now I can actually fetch that. So wow, that was pretty easy. You could build like a Discord bot to, like, just, if you have your mint address or your collection address, you could use that to actually query information about it. All right, so that's cool. Let's I don't have a lot of minutes. I'm just gonna try to get through this as quickly as possible. So next, you can see you have some links to the integration guides as well. So I'm a JavaScript dev. I use JavaScript a lot. Here we have some really extensive integration guides. If you use an Yarn, that's how you can install a SDK. You import it, set your API key, and then you can just call the functions, which are pretty simple to do. And we have a full API reference as well. And you can also see the guides and the showcase to see some other things. So the API reference is pretty extensive. We have methods for authentication, for marketplace, for your wallet method, as well as accesses on the SDK. And also, if you're if you're unhappy with this and you want to drop down to a lower level, you can still use the API, HTTP API, to actually access most of these methods. And all of them are well documented in here. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and let's go back to our project, and we will steal our project information. I'm gonna go to project info. I think we just made a new project, developer DAO. There it is. So you can actually see the request history here in the dashboard. You can see the requests that were made with your API key for your project. If you, for example, if your API key gets corrupt, or maybe you lose it or something like that, you can just come in here and create a new one, and that will refresh it for you. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this, and I'm going to put it in my project. So I had already spun this project together. I already created this project. So I'm just going to, all right, I will first zoom in a little bit so you can see what I have in here. All right. I'm just going to do a yarn install. So this is just a Next.js project. It's a simple Next.js app. This is using Next.js 12. And there's a few components in here, which I will explain how they work. But first, I wanted to just give you a demo to see what that looks like. And then we could look at the code later in case we run out of time. So I'm going to first open, how do you build nuts? Okay, all right. So I know the React devs are currently looking at me like, yo, this guy, does he know React? I do know React. I'm more of a Vue dev, but I'm familiarizing myself with React. All right, cool. So the first thing I'm going to do here is replace our API key. So I wrote a hook called use Mirror World, which I will actually probably append to our SDK as well. And there we go. I'm going to put it in here. And yeah, cool. And I will now, spin up the project, cmdev. And I'm gonna showcase the code. I first wanted to give us a demo so we can see what it looks like in practice. All right, so I'm gonna log in, and I can log in with Google, and all right, I should be logged in now, and I didn't update the UI to show like the state, but I should be logged in. So if I actually reload the page, you can see that it will actually show me my information, as you can see here. Right, so there's my tokens there. All right, cool. So the first thing I'm going to do is just do the same request we just did to fetch this API on the backend. Now we're going to try and do the same thing. But I think for now, what I will do is I'm going to put in my Sol address. So first put this link here and open up my Sol address. And this is my wallet address. And I will now search for some NFTs. And there we go. Cool. These are the NFTs in my wallet. And if I open up my wallet, my Glow wallet, and look at NFTs, you can actually see the different collections. These are the same NFTs in here. And that was very easy to do. And I could, let's say, let me go look at this one, or look at this one, or this one. This is a new one. It's a fancy one. So I'm gonna open this one here. Copy this mate address. I think it was NFT, right? And so now you can see the NFT's mint address on this page. I can see whether it has royalties or not. I can see the metadata attributes from here. I can also see any marketplace activity that it had, in the past. In this case, this one doesn't have any activity, so I'm just gonna try and replace it with this one that we just got. We just try to look at and try to see what other information is there about it. Oh, I think I might have found a bug. Or let me just open up my DevTools. This is perfect. All right. Okay. Cool. All right. This. I just tried a different one, and you can see here. I tried to sell this NFT for 120 Sol on this marketplace. And you can see this information on the NFT Explorer for Solana. So the reason why I built this Solana Explorer, the reason why we built it, I built this as a demo is because most most explorers are pretty terrible when it's the user experience for like trying to see an NFTs. Not as user friendly. But now with this, I can see this NFT has 4.25% royalties. And I can see what metadata it has. I can see any previous marketplace activity, specifically marketplace activity, which is really, really simple to do. So I think we can, I wanted to try and see if we could use this same API, this same SDK to, if we have, I don't know if we have about 5 more minutes, but you can actually create a marketplace. Maybe I could just show us the code and probably leave a little bit of time at the end because I would like maybe to take some questions. And if I refresh this page, actually, you can see that our API key was used to make a few more, requests. So I'm just going to log into the dashboard. It was used to make a few more requests, like to query the NFT information, and it will actually show those logs as well. I also wanted to show us what that looks like. As you can see here, you can see that we did make a couple of queries, and yeah, actually, and it actually says this request was successful, the first one. I think it's just maybe something in the metadata for the NFT that we tried to query. I'm just gonna try it again before, and just open up my network tab, and okay, all right, cool. So there we go. Means there we go. So it actually did return the NFT information. I guess maybe the shape of the metadata was a bit different in this case for this collection. So yeah, but now you can actually see the previous listing. This is the transaction history on this request. I can see that it was this is the metadata account. I can see who the seller was and We can actually see the state for the trade. We can see like who sold it and for what price, at which marketplace. We can see who the current owner is. You can see the account that stores the metadata for this NFT. And we can also see who the creators of this NFT are. And this is how you see which NFTs have like, I'll just zoom in a little bit. So you can actually see how the NFT royalties are distributed across accounts on Solana. With this, you can see the metadata attributes. It just has two, maybe I guess just one attribute. So I guess that was simple, and you can compare it with here on the marketplace UI as well. It also has here the same number of transactions as well, and you can also see its metadata. It's just all right, yeah, I guess this was it. Different attributes here. Cool. So I'm going to showcase now. I guess the last thing I wanted to show us was on the developer dashboard. You can do a few other things as well. For example, if I wanted to create a new marketplace, you can do it on the UI. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. You could toggle between mainnet and devnet. I'm just going to call this DevNTell marketplace, and well, let me just find an image that I can use. Let's use this one. Some code. I would like to charge, say, a 3%, or maybe say 1%. Is 3% marketplace fee, right? And I want the currency to be USDC for this marketplace. And I will create my marketplace as well. So this actually creates an actual marketplace instance for you on Solana. So users, your community, your users can actually trade on it. And it's very simple to do, which I really like. And you could also do this programmatically as well. There's some APIs in the documentation. So if you check out our API reference, JavaScript marketplace, you can create marketplace as well. And this is a payload, this is a method usage, and that's the response that it gives you. You can update some of the state on the marketplace. For example, you want to change the royalties from 300. These are not NFT royalties. These are your marketplace royalties. To say 3% or even 0 if you don't want to charge users for using your marketplace. You can query your marketplaces. You can look for information about your different marketplaces for a specific project as well. You can list NFTs, you can buy NFTs, you can update your NFT listing, you can cancel the listing, you can get the NFTs details, you can get NFTs, these are for the user. You can actually query NFTs by the creator address, you can get the marketplace activity for the NFT, you can get the NFTs by owner address or owner addresses, right? So you can actually put in multiple users and get all the NFTs owned by these users. They don't have to be all 100% owned, but we'll just aggregate them for you, whether or not the ownership is distributed across multiple. And same thing for update authorities. And it's really, really powerful. Let's go over, see if, all right, it looks like it's done. I can check the marketplace here, and that will give me the auction house address. And if I go to Solana and I search for it, boom, there we go. We have a marketplace. It's a real marketplace, guys. It's a real marketplace. To top it off, I think we can just try one more thing. So if you go to your, I have a demo that I built, at demo.mirrorworld.fun. And this demo allows me to, I'm going to actually try and sell an NFT that I own on the marketplace. I'm just going to get NFTs. So I do have one NFT here, right? And this is my marketplace address. I'm going to copy its mint address, right? And you can see on the Explorer, this is the NFT. I made a simple fake NFT. You can see the last activity was 3 months ago. So I'm just going to go and list it. I'm going to list the NFT. I'm going to sell it for 10 Sol, and I want to put it on the marketplace on our dashboard here, right, for your project. I'm going to put it in here and let's list it. let's list that bad boy. So I'm just going to come in here and approve the transaction. All right, cool. And that goes on the blockchain, does its magic, and voila, the transaction is done. So if I head on over here and refresh to the Solana Explorer just to prove that it actually worked, I'll just refresh again. Hopefully it did work actually. Let me just check just one more time. As you know, all these demos always work perfectly. So I just want to see if I'm on the right network. So I'm gonna try canceling that listing. All right, so this is our this is the signature. So I'm just gonna check the signature to see if the transaction actually, okay, it says it was successful. All right, so it was successful. All right, let's see what happened. For the token, okay, so it was a successful transaction, but the ownership has not changed. So what I will do now is I'm gonna try and buy it off this user. So we could actually come in here. I'm gonna copy the mint address in our app and try to see if we can query this NFT's history. And you actually can. So let's see. Great, there you can see. I just tried to sell it today for 10 USDC. That's cool, right? All right, cool. Now let's try and buy it. Let's try and buy it. I'm gonna try and buy it using a different account. I don't know if I have 10 USDC though. Let's see. I'm just gonna go back to my wallet. I don't know if I have 10 USDC. Oh, I do. I do have 10 USDC. And do I have another account with 10 USDC? I don't know actually. I don't know actually. Let me. I don't know if I have 10 USDC. But anyway, the idea is the user can actually perform this sale. Oh, I have another idea. I'm gonna log in to this UI using a different account. I have multiple accounts. So I'll first log out from here, and I will log in and try to buy it off using this account. And all right, so here, okay, I'm gonna send this account some money. I believe I should have enough USDC, so I'm gonna send myself some. And so I can be able to actually buy the NFT. So this is actually how you would, for example, your users want to deposit into their wallet. Oh, I only have 4 USDC. Okay. Well, oh well. I guess we don't have enough USDC. I don't have enough USDC to complete the transaction. I could probably swap, but I guess that will take a few more seconds. I don't want to go that already over time. But yeah, I think we generally we get the idea. If I had enough tokens, I could probably go ahead and you would actually see the sale, the actual sale of the NFT. Other than that, I guess hopefully that gives a nice overview. Where to go from here? We have a few tutorials as well. We have a community of on GitHub and Discord and Telegram, as well as on Twitter. You can reach out to us and join our developer community. We also have a bunch of guides on the documentation. So if you head over to our documentation site and hit the guides, you can see these are some of the guides we've written on how to perform very specific things. And you can also check out our demos as well. One of them is this NFT Explorer. All this code is on GitHub, so you can actually go ahead and copy that and clone it. And also for Unity as well. So if you're a mobile gamer and if you're a mobile game developer and you want to use Unity as well, we have a very extensive guide on how we used Unity to build Mirror Jump. It explains the different processes, minting NFTs, transferring NFTs, your collection, basically everything. And so that you can just focus on building your game to make the experience really good. And yeah, tutorials as well for JavaScript and Android as well. And links to different resources are all on the same link. So once again, I wanted to say thank you and appreciate the opportunity.
Jonathan, that was excellent. Thank you so much for sharing that. And you not being able to finish the NFT buy just presents an opportunity for our viewers to go and play around with the Mirror World SDK and do it themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
so that link or that page that Jonathan was sharing, I have posted it in the comment section, but I'll also share it out once again and add it to the YouTube description once this video is posted.
Awesome.
But unfortunately, we didn't have time for questions. So if anybody does have questions for you, Jonathan, what's the best way for folks to reach out?
You can reach out to me on Twitter. I'm pretty much always on Twitter. My link to Twitter is also in the Mirror World, the link that I shared, mirrorworld.fund/developerdao, or just at codebender828, at codebender828. That's my Twitter. And yeah, that's probably the best place to reach out to me.
Excellent. And just before we leave off, I want to leave our viewers with this about our fundraising operators. So did you know that Developer DAO's fundraising operators, Chuck and Wickest, are here to help you fundraise for your projects? In their fundraising hub on Discord, you can find support in writing grant applications, learning about fundraising, budgeting, pitching, and they can even introduce you to grant leads from different protocols. So be sure to drop by their office hours twice a week or schedule a one-on-one with them. And with that, I want to wish everybody a very happy Friday, happy weekend. And thank you once again, Jonathan, for coming on. And we will see you here next week again. All right, gang.
I appreciate it.
All the
Thank
best.
you.
My pleasure. See ya.
Bye.